welcome back to 24 Lou.
Only place to find reviews of high cinematic arts.
Yeah, such as Cocaine Bear.
Well, I believe it's pronounced Cocaine Bear.
Which we'll be reviewing today, guys.
Dissecting this work of the highest art possible. It's so high fine art. Protesters threw tomato soup at the screening. Alright, so what happens when you feed a Pablo Escobar-sized amount of cocaine to a bear? No spoilers here.
Basically, just to set it up, we were at the theaters, and of course, with the movie being rated R, was, called Cocaine Bear, there was, of course, people there with their children. You
do. Why wouldn't you bring the kids? It's a family movie, really.
And we're not trying to sound like those people are like, oh, why would you bring the kids? But it's like, bro, it's Cocaine Bear. Why would you bring the kids? You know what I mean? Like, okay, just asking.
I can comfortably say it did earn its R rating.
It was a lot better than I truly expected going in. I really enjoyed it, but we're gonna get into it now. So, wait, did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. They did really get to a good type of dark humor that pushed it in some ways for me.
Yeah.
But not like in a clutch my pearls kind of way, but more like it's extreme, maybe to be comedic, but it just didn't land with me personally.
There was a lot of cliche movie stuff still in it. If I could be, look, we like to make films, but that doesn't mean that we are like, oh, we're filmmakers. We know exactly what we're talking about, okay? There's, you have your own opinion, but like personally, I felt like it was still new to the game. And the actor who you said looked like a discount, Ice Cube?
Is that his son after all? We never Googled it. It looked like Ice Cube's son.
Yeah, like he performed really well. His acting was great, but you could tell it was more larger than life because like some of his facial expressions and stuff. And then there was just moments where it wasn't larger than life.
So what did you think about the cinematography? Obviously, when a movie hits a wide screens or a lot of screens throughout the world, it's not going to look ugly. Like, of course, it's competently shot.
So it was set in the 80s. It's based on a real story. They didn't, 80s it out. What I mean is, when something's set in the past, there's some people that are like, oh, this was the 1970s, man. This was the 1980s. Oh, this is definitely 80s when you're looking at their hair and their makeup. It wasn't whoa, 80s in your face, like American Horror Story 1984, which is this is the 80s. That made it feel more realistic in the fact, which I think is what they're going for. Here's a crazy story, about a bear on cocaine. So let's not go crazy with the edits or the coloration or the costumes because it's already such a crazy story and we don't want to make it seem like a parody of something that already could be a parody.
The soundtrack was pretty good. They did a little bit of synth in there as well because it is in the 80s.
I'm going to disagree, but...
You didn't hear the synth?
I heard the synth, but I don't remember... I remember more of, what happened in the movie, specific scenes, but I don't remember the music. I don't feel like it's memorable for me personally.
It's fair to say that it was more subtle.
Ambiance.
Yeah, I feel like it was there to hit the beats. The
ending song, though. Wasn't the ending song Lollipop?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending song. It didn't fit in at all.
Ugh.
They had ending credit scenes, which we'll talk about. But if you're gonna make people stay for an ending credit scene, where there's extra stuff in, it's I don't know if Lollipop was the right way to go. It was a good film, but I don't know if that was the right music to end it on. It wasn't. It doesn't have to be a film about candy and lollipops, but it just felt weird.
Also, having to do with the end, I had Googled it and it said that there was 2 end credit scenes. There was one where it kind of shows what happened to one of the minor characters.
Yeah.
But there was no second one, so that really tripped me out. So if you guys have a similar experience, let us know down below in the comments.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you. So, bear movie, cocaine. How did you feel about the kills, okay? Which we'll get further into detail later.
They earned their R rating for sure with the kills, to say the least.
Yeah.
Some of them I felt pushed in a way that again didn't land with me just personally, I don't know if that, again, like,
Oh.
weird overkill humor.
That's the saying. Like, when I was talking earlier about bringing kids to, a movie like this, I wasn't trying to be a Karen about it. It's just, like, because I used to go to horror films when I was a kid with my parents. But, like, this kid next to me, okay, she literally, during, all the kills was, like, she didn't scream or anything. And she was just like, oh, my God. Does your kid enjoy what you want to see? Or are you going to scar your kids? Because some kids can take it. But some kids can't. Think about it. He takes his kids before they go on a hiking trip. Just because you want to see a movie doesn't mean, like, it's the kids, But let's appreciate our personal Mr. Cocaine Bear.
Oh, good old Cocaine Bear, yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Cocaine Bear.
He's a lot calmer. She's a lot calmer than the one in the movie.
Yeah, she likes it.
Is this shit baby aspirin? Hashtag don't do drugs.
Yeah. But the way they explain, like, the way they make drugs seem how they're taken in this movie is also kind of a problem. So, basically, after the Cocaine Bear gets their stash, okay, yeah, if it's brown laid down, if it's black attack or something, yeah,
go straight for the balls.
I don't know if that's real. I mean, honestly, if it's any bear, you just play dead. That's what I heard, But
really?
Well, I don't know.
I've always wanted to fight a bear.
You don't scream on the top of your goddamn lungs like one person did in my lifetime, okay? But else, there's a flashback. You shouldn't be around a bear, okay? No matter how cute they are. Unless it's a cub.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Yeah.
Good kid acting though from that guy.
Yeah, he was a good standout kid. There's a lot of kid actors where you're like, because you give them a pass because they're a kid. But the kid from E.T., like, I'm going to say they're on the same level. But this is where we get to how I was saying earlier, drugs in this film being used in, like, not the right way. So, like he said, my wonderful Pooh Bear here.
Cocaine Bay attack.
The kids, like, this forest is a magical forest where cocaine is just, like, right where everybody needs it to be, okay? Like, it's literally, like, this forest is just 1 mile, okay? Of cocaine. Because literally, like, there's no, maybe we have to walk a long way to get somewhere. But no, it's just right there. Slice it open with the knife, and they take a whole giant sugar spoonful and just eat it, okay? And, like, here's the thing. We watch adults the whole movie get introduced to cocaine and getting super high off of it. We get,
with,
the bear.
Contact with it just being near them.
Yeah, but then the kids swallow that shit whole. Yeah, everybody basically goes to the forest to try to find the cocaine. And you meet a lot of characters. One of my favorites, which, of course, in any movie where the comic relief is, like, a small character with the best lines, they always ditch out early. But it was this one character with, who wore the yellow shirt. He was in the gang. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Southern Man because he had a Southern accent. He was my favorite. He had the best lines. Great delivery with, like, the lines that he had. One thing they did in the movie is they had these really short inserts. How did you feel about the really, like, quick inserts that's kind of felt like comic bookish,
I don't think I was overall a huge fan of them. They do it like 3 or 4 times, and it does feel it doesn't feel like this movie. It feels out of place.
It's dramatized. Like, you're in a real situation with a crazy story, but then you go to these inserts. I thought the CGI was kind of a letdown, to be honest. I mean, it was cute and it was passable, but it was still a letdown. How'd you feel with the CGI?
I thought the bear was passable.
Yeah, but the zookeeper?
The different movie Zookeeper, yeah.
Yeah, the different movie The Zookeeper. Like, those were CGI animals. Like, none of them are real, and I feel like those were more real looking than anything I've seen out of any animal movie that's come out. Like, nobody cared about the Zookeeper, but damn, that CGI was good. I don't know, I thought the CGI was passable, and I know it's hard working with animals, and, there's a whole thing about animals working in the industry.
I want a real bear with real cocaine.
Either way, yeah, it was pretty good, and I definitely enjoyed it a lot better than I did most movies this coming year. So, I mean, I told him afterwards, wow, this is one of these movies where I would love to see it again. It was that good. I want to see it again,
Ooh, what would you rate it out of 24 loofahs?
24 loofahs? I'd rate it 19 loofahs.
Whoa, I'm not gonna do the math in my head, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, so basically 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10, I basically rated like an 8. You know, because, like, I feel like it was a good movie. It had good actors. It definitely carried it. If it had bad actors, I feel like it would have, you know, really hurt it a lot. But it carried it. It was a good story. It had a great plotline. But the CGI wasn't the best. There was still some loose ends that could have been tied.
I think I'd probably give it like 15 or 16 out of 24 loofahs.
Yeah, but 1 out of 10 would be...
Like 6 or 7.
Okay, yeah.
It was just missing something for me. And obviously that's just a shitty, what the fuck are you even saying? Just give it a perfect score at that point if you don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, because one last thing about the kills and the storyline, like, if we're going to have, like, a bunch of gory sequences, then make the film more about that. If you're going to have a deep story behind stuff, then do stuff with that, you know? It's really hard to put that shit together. You have to sacrifice stuff. Like, you have to sacrifice a kill for 5 more minutes of, like, plot line, or you gotta sacrifice plot line for the kill. Thank you for checking out 24 Loofahs.
Loofahs, yes.
And make sure you go down below and hit subscribe and like it and have a wonderful time.
Absolutely. If you guys want to go see it, I'd say why not. And
yeah, just leave the kids at home.
yeah, have a good time, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget to scrub your dupa.
Scrub yourself clean with a subscribe button. Okay, and Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear.
Stretch.
Yeah, for the ending credits.